Welcome to a guided meditation. This meditation will help you hone your focus so that you can attend to what matters most and exclude or say no to that which you should not be paying attention to. So go ahead and find a comfortable seat. You can also stand, or you can lay down if you're like famous San Francisco Symphony trombonist Nicholas Platoff, who always meditates laying down. I like to sit. However, you've settled into your meditation posture, go ahead and close your eyes. And just take stock of what is in your field of awareness right now. What sounds do you hear? What do you feel in your body? What sort of thoughts and emotions are you having? Begin to settle your focus onto the breath. It's something that we all share. The sensation of the breath at the nostrils. You can breathe a little bit heavier if you want to focus the sensation there. Give yourself some help. After one or two heavy breaths, it will be easier to attend to the nostrils. And right now we're just going to try and stay focused for 2 full breaths. Go ahead and when you finish your 2 breaths, open your eyes. Relax, maybe even shake it out. We're going to be kind of interleaving and doing interval style training. What does it mean to focus for 2 breaths straight? It means to say no to all other thoughts. Don't let distractions enter your field. If you do get a distracting thought or sensation or urge, redirect that pull back to focusing on the sensation of the breath. What does the breath feel like? Okay, we're going to try that one more time. So go ahead and close your eyes. 2 breaths of complete focus. That was 2 breaths for me. You may have noticed it was easier that time. Generally, the longer that you're focusing for, the more your attention will settle. So when you need to pay attention, for example, when you're practicing and you want your focus to be sharp, you want to spend a moment to settle it first. And you do that by becoming mindful. Mindful means that you're simply aware and witnessing what is going on in your experience. That's why I asked you to pay attention to the sounds and to the feelings. You can notice any smells or tastes, your thoughts, your sensation in the body, the temperature of the air on the skin. All of this gets you more present in the moment. The presence is then the jumping off point for greater focus. Let's try now a word-based mantra. And I'm not going to use a Sanskrit mantra because that might be inaccessible to some. Instead, we're going to simply repeat to ourselves, I am home I am home. I am home. We'll try it for about 30 seconds. Just repeat it to yourself. If other thoughts come, just return to saying, I am home. And coming out of that, I'm curious what that experience was like for you. You can share in the Facebook group or on the comments below. But the words that we say to ourselves do matter. And I'm going to invite you now to try a different mantra, if you will, a different phrase, which is, I am so uncomfortable. I'm so uncomfortable. Try repeating that to yourself for 15, 20 seconds. And now let's try repeating, I am so comfortable for about 15, 20 seconds. You may have noticed that it is preferable to be comfortable than uncomfortable, potentially. Let's go back now to just watching the breath. And when thoughts arise, simply notice them, return to the breath. We're going to do 5 to 7 breaths now, depending on how quickly you breathe. We begin now. And wrapping up, asking yourself what the quality of your focus was like. There's a couple parameters when we're talking about focus. One is completeness. That's how laser focused you are on one thing. For example, you can be watching your breath right now while also feeling your feet or feeling your hands, while also listening to my voice. So you're not completely focused on any of those three. However, the other parameter is continuity. That's how continuously over time you can be focused on a single point or multiple points. You may be able to continuously hold some level of focus on your hands, for example, while you hold a continuous level of focus on my voice. So completeness and continuity are two parameters of focus. I'm going to invite you to notice now. We're going to take the hands and perhaps place them in the lap or on the thighs somewhere. And just begin to notice what that interface between the hands and the legs is like. What do the hands feel like? What do the legs feel like? And can you put your attention there completely, even for a short duration? And can you turn down the flame of complete focus? So maybe it's only 50% complete focus, but wholly continuous focus. For example, you may be having a thought or listen to my voice while keeping some attention on those hands. As I'm speaking, I'm keeping my attention on my hands, my legs. If I can do it, you can do it too. Now let's talk about turning the focus away from that which you do not want to engage or invest your energy in. So if there's any part of your body right now that's uncomfortable or in pain, or if there's any part of your life right now that is in pain, we're going to tease apart the difference between suppression, which is trying to ignore or suppress pain, and integration, which is accepting that it may be there, allowing it to be there, but holding it in the greater context of your attentional ecosystem or your attentional choices. So if you've identified something in your life that is bringing you pain, we've all got little bits of pain here and there, and if you can't think of something in your past or perhaps a worry about the future, or just a simple ache and pain, like I've got a little pain in my right shoulder blade there I'm going to use. Let's focus on that pain and just feel it and let it be there. Without trying to change it, just fully accept that it's there. And now let's take a part of your life that you may want to focus on. For example, your music practice. Think about a goal that you have with your music practice, something that is meaningful to you and not too charged, something that you know you can achieve, but that is nonetheless important to you. I've got a simple one, which is I want to learn how to whistle a high F. So I'm going to ask you to focus on that goal. Imagine yourself achieving it right now. See if you can keep some complete focus on that goal, even for just 3 or 4 seconds. And then dial down the focus and see if you can keep some continuous but more dispersed focus on what it would be like to achieve that goal, what it's going to feel like, what it might sound like. But as you're imagining that and playing it through in your head, if other thoughts or sensations arise, that's okay too. Just keep continuous focus on that goal. Finally, I'm going to ask you to revisit that pain in your body or in your life, past, present, or future, and be with that pain, while also simultaneously putting some continuous focus on your musical goal. So you're holding both of them. And if you can, start to shift some of that energy away from focusing on the pain to focusing on the musical goal. So it's like an 80-20 split now. And now a 95-5 split. That, in an essence, is a teaching and a practice on how to move your attention between both painful and pleasurable areas of focus, the parameters of your focus, completeness and continuity, and several points that you can focus on. For example, you can focus on the sensation of your breath, you can focus on physical sensations, and you can focus on desired goals or states of being, for example, compassion, joy, creativity, comfort. Or you can focus on pain, frustration, finding what's wrong. But you probably know, if you're listening to this, that that's not really what you want for your practice. So go ahead and use your ability to focus wisely. Remember to become mindful of your environment as a way to settle your focus and then direct it towards what you want. Happy practicing, everyone.